In this video, I'm going to take you through a complete step-by-step guide on how to get your real estate license in the state of Colorado. Let's dive right into the video.
Audio Jungle.
My name is Chris with New Agent Headquarters. On this channel, we talk about everything to help you grow your real estate business as a new agent. This is the channel I wish I had when I first started. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe, because we have new content coming out on a weekly basis. My goal by the end of the video is to make sure you have all the information you need to be able to get started on your track to be able to get your Colorado real estate license and start your new career. So in this video, I'm gonna cover everything from the basic requirements, the exam itself. I'm gonna give you tips on how to pass the actual exam. Then we're gonna go into the pre-license education requirements, and I'm gonna tell you everything else you need to know, such as picking a sponsoring broker, which is such a big deal and such a big step, because if you get this wrong, you might fail out of the industry. It's really an important thing, and I'm going to tell you all the questions to ask when you go interview with brokerages, and then I'm going to give you all the steps on how to apply for your license. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to break down the entire cost so you know exactly how much you need to budget to get started. Oh, and before we dive into everything, make sure you grab our complete guide on how to get licensed and start your real estate career. Everything in this video plus more, and an invite to our new agent support group is inside that guide. So be sure to scan the QR code or click the link down in the description below and get your copy today. I think it's gonna really be helpful. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about some of the basic requirements to get your license. These are the very minimum standards you have to meet in order to start this process, because I don't want you to waste a ton of time if you don't meet these standards. First things first, you must be 18 years old or older, and you must be able to pass a criminal background check. If you have something on your record that's questionable, make sure you reach out to the Real Estate Commission and the licensing board and see if they're gonna be able to make an exception for this, or if it might disqualify you. Because if it does, I don't want you to spend a ton of time and money getting started with this process. The next step is your pre-license education requirements. In the state of Colorado, you're required to complete 168 hours of state-approved pre-license education, and you need to be able to pass your exam with a 75% score or higher. So you need to really pay attention to these classes and make sure it's with a state-approved school. Now, you might be saying 168 hours is a ton of time to invest into classes, especially if you have a job already or other obligations that make your schedule super busy. Because of this, I highly suggest you check out Colibri Real Estate School. That's the school we recommend. There's an affiliate link down in the description below as well, where you'll get access to different sales and discounts. So let's click the link down below. I'm going to take you to that page to show you a little bit about the classes and show you the different ones that you can go with. Okay, so once you get on this screen, you're going to notice there's a couple different packages. Now, each package comes with different things, really depending on what you want. You go to the bottom here and you can see all the add-ons that each package comes with. Some of the packages do come with live instructor interaction, which a lot of students do like. So make sure to click on the bottom and really see which package you're looking at, and then you can go up top and see the different prices and sales once you get there. So definitely check this out. I think you're really gonna enjoy it, and it's really convenient, especially if you have other things going on with your schedule that's preventing you from going to sit in a classroom every single day. Now, you might be wondering, what's actually on the real estate exam? If you have to pass with a 75% score or higher, what should you expect? Well, on test day, you want to walk in and you want to bring a couple things. On test day, you're going to bring a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam, and you're going to bring 2 forms of identification. From there, when you sit down in the testing center, you're going to be met with 154 test questions. You have 230 minutes to answer them, and it's all multiple choice. So if you study hard, you can totally pass this, but a lot of people do fail. Now, I want to give you some tips to be able to pass your exam the very first try. First things first, make sure you skip questions that you don't know the answer to. If you don't know the answer to a specific question, skip over it and then come back later. Chances are, when you come back to that question, you're gonna be a lot less stressed out, you're gonna have less anxiety, and you might have a lot more mental clarity to be able to answer the question right. Tip number 2, don't rush through this exam. If you rush through the exam, your chances of failing are much higher, and you should read each question multiple times, because some of them are tricky questions. And you might know the answer to it, but you might misread something because you're rushing through the exam. You have plenty of time, and most people finish early, so don't rush. The third tip is to look into study tools. There's study tools out there like CompuCram and Prep Agent. Both the tools are excellent, and they put you through test-like simulations to help you really learn the material. So when you go there on test day, you're already used to the exam format, and you will have a much higher chance of passing. This is what I use to help me pass my real estate exam. when I went through this process. Now, once you complete your test, you might be wondering, am I gonna know right away if I passed or failed? The good news is you will. As soon as you leave the testing center, you're gonna know if you have a passed exam or a failed exam. First things first, if you pass the exam, make sure you celebrate. This is a big accomplishment. Not everybody passes the first try. And if you failed the exam, don't stress out, because a lot of people that failed the exam the first try, or even multiple times, end up being really great real estate agents, and they turn out to be very successful. This test has no correlation to how good you're gonna be as a real estate agent. So if you did fail, maybe pick up an exam prep tool and try again after you put some time in and really study hard. Now, the background check. This background check is gonna cost you about $39.50. And this is something that you wanna get done ahead of time because it's gonna take a couple weeks to get done and process. The next thing I wanna talk to you about is picking your sponsoring broker. This is a very important step because if you get this wrong, you're gonna feel like you have no support, no mentorship, and no training, and you might fail out of the business. So here's a couple questions to ask, and these are the things that I would ask if I was starting all over again. First things first, is there a mentorship program in place or somebody that I'm gonna be able to have as a mentor? The worst thing is when you're showing houses, you're working hard, and then it's the weekend, you wanna reach out to your mentor, and they can't be bothered because they're busy doing something else, and your question really just is an afterthought. And this can be super stressful if you're a new agent and you don't know what to do and you have clients that are, expecting you to give them the right answers and you just have nobody there helping you. So make sure that you ask these questions and ask, when can I call my mentor? When is my mentor going to be available? Can I access them all the time, or is it only certain times of the day? This is a very important question. The next question to ask is, what training do you offer for new agents specifically? Do they have some kind of a training program? Do they have classes at the brokerage? Do they have some kind of thing that you can go through step by step to set up your business? Not many brokerages have this, but I feel it's super important and it's definitely a question you should ask. The third question is super important, and that is, how am I gonna generate leads and how am I gonna get clients? This is one of the reasons that agents fail, is they just don't know how to get clients. So you wanna ask the question to your broker, do they provide leads? Are they gonna help you with prospecting? Are they gonna give you training on how to do sales and conversions? Or are they just gonna tell you to reach out to your friends and family and hope for the best? Now, none of these approaches are necessarily wrong, but you want to ask the question ahead of time, because if you're expecting leads and you're going to a brokerage that doesn't provide anything, then you might be in for a really big disappointment. So get these conversations out of the way ahead of time and make sure that you have them with the sponsoring broker. Last but not least, talk about the commission splits. Commission splits really aren't that important because 100% of nothing is still nothing. And most agents, when they first start out, they really don't sell much. So don't obsess about this, but it is an important question to ask. And one thing you can ask is, hey, if I make $10,000, after all the fees and expenses, what am I gonna be left with? And that's a really great way to find out what your commission split's gonna be, because some brokerages might have a 70-30 split or a 75-25 split, but there are a lot of different fees that are also tacked onto that. So you wanna make sure you have this conversation ahead of time. Now to the exciting part, you're ready to apply for your license. So here's what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna need to package up your past background check, your proof of pre-licensed education that was completed. That's the total 168 hours from a state-approved school. You need to get a copy of your past real estate exam with a 75% score or higher, and you're gonna need to get your sponsoring broker's information, fill out your application, and send it out. Now, you might be wondering, how much does this actually cost to get done? Well, I got all the numbers for you right here. First things first, your pre-licensed education classes. As you've seen, the prices can fluctuate a little bit, but I would budget anywhere between $250 and $400 depending on the package you get. The sponsoring broker is next, anywhere from $0 to $250. Now, you might be wondering, what do you mean by a sponsoring broker? Some brokerages charge a fee to onboard their brokerage, and that is their setup fee. It gets you, all your stuff set up, and this is what they use to pay their admin and all that kind of stuff to get you onboarded. So I would expect anywhere from $0 to $250 depending on the brokerage that you pick. Next is your fingerprinting and background check. So I would budget around $49.50 for that. Then you have the real estate exam itself, which is $44.95. And then you have your license application fee, which is $485. So on the lower end of things, you're looking at about $780. And on the higher end of things, you're looking at about $1,200. So all in all, it's really not expensive to get started in your real estate career, especially considering the upside that this career has. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll do everything I can to get back to you ASAP. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to New Agent HQ. On this channel, we try to give you all the resources to be confident and successful as a new agent from day one. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button and subscribe, and be sure to check out this video here. I think you'll enjoy it.